Hey, my beautiful vloggers, it's your girl Shay, and I am here with you for another Basketball Wives recap of season 6, episode 8. And the episode actually begins pretty cool. It's Bonnie, Jill, Jackie, and their significant others, Doug and Kareem Rush. They're having some conversations about what's going on with the girls. The guys are really uninterested. They're talking about a party, and at first Kareem was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Jackie's little event," until Doug said he wasn't going, and then he changed his mind. But I think that Doug is like, "I'm not going to nothing Jackie is throwing," because first of all, anything that Jackie puts together is bound to have some shade, some craziness, some drama, all kind of stuff. So if you're going to a Jackie Christie event, you better be prepared to get into it with somebody or watch somebody get into it. So I think it's so funny that people try to figure out how Doug and Jackie have managed to stay together so long, which it's definitely a plus. You can probably get some relationship advice from Jackie. She can't give you advice on much else, but she probably give you that because they've been together for quite a while. I think the key to their relationship is him staying away when she's hanging out with the girls of this show, because he knows she is bringing the drama, because he probably didn't see her bring the drama. She can't just be crazy on TV. She got to be a little off in private too. So he was like, "Nah, I'm not going." And I have to say, I really, really do not blame him. If I was him, I wouldn't be there either. Yeah, I mean, but then again, what man would want to be a part of that much drama, and it's kind of catty and it's all women? But it's a TV show, it's a reality show, so we used to it. And we definitely used to Jackie being on her other stuff, you know what I mean? Then we move on, and Malaysia and her sister are hanging out. Her sister name is Crystal, I think. And they're talking about what's been going on with the girls and what's going on in Malaysia's life. Malaysia is single. She was married to Gennaro Pargo, who is, I'm not sure if he's still playing or if he's retired, but definitely an NBA player. She actually was a basketball wife at one point. Not all of these ladies can say that. Some of them are basketball side chicks, basketball groupies, basketball baby mamas, Asia. So anyway, yeah, so she was talking to her sister about, dating. And I really like how she was talking about how she is finding herself and that she's not really at this point wanting to just play around and be with somebody who just wants to have a physical or intimate relationship. She wants more. She wants stability. She wants a family. She wants someone to settle down with her. And I really respect the fact that she's like, I'm on a fast, and she's not drinking alcohol, and she's basically celibate. And yeah, that's a good thing. And I think it's to be respected. A lot of these women out here, especially once they get a little taste of fame or they get a little taste of being with an athlete who has a lot of money, they kind of go from guy to guy so they can try to relive what they once had. So kudos to her for really taking a step back and saying, I'm gonna do this for me. She's a mom and all that stuff. So I am a fan of Malaysia. I do love Malaysia, so I enjoyed it anyway. Then she gets to talking to her sister about the whole Brandi situation and how last episode, Brandi showed up. I guess Malaysia is saying that she didn't know that Brandi was going to be there. I don't know if that's true. I love Malaysia, but I got to call it like I see it. I don't know if I believe that she didn't know Brandi was going to be there. They too close for Brandi to just be like, "Hey, girl, I just showed up." And how would she know where the dinner was? So I don't know if I believe Malaysia. Still love her. That's still my girl. But I don't know if I believe that she didn't know that Brandi was going to be there. But anyway, so she's telling her sister about everything that happened. And she's saying, you know what? These girls, they seniors, but behaving like they kindergartners or something like that, and they need to basically grow up and get over themselves. And it's not like I brought her to the house. I just, she just showed up at dinner or whatever. And I understand what Malaysia's saying, because no, you didn't bring her to the house, but when you were at the house with her, they definitely made it clear. Tami for sure made it clear that she didn't want anything to do with Brandi. And as much as I love Malaysia, I think that Malaysia should have respected their wishes. And if your friend is there, how does she just so happen to know exactly where the dinner was, exactly what time to go, exactly what location? I mean, you could say production tipped her off, but that's your friend. So you saying she just popped up out of nowhere, and then you just get up from the table, go out, and all of a sudden, boom, there she is. Like, I don't know if I believe that story. I still love her. Don't know if I believe the story. Yeah, so she's like, they need to grow up and get over it and all that stuff. But I'm just like, at the same time, you have to respect other people's wishes. And when you had a conversation with Tami, Tami feels like Brandi put her in a real messed up situation in the sense that, she could have really gone to jail in Portugal with the whole situation with Duffy. Now, I will say again, that's Tami's responsibility. You still got to be responsible for your own behavior. Nobody told you to go running down the street or turn around on that rooftop. It was a good thing when you started walking away. You probably should have just kept going, even though Duffy was egging it on and making little comments. I mean, everybody holds their own weight. Tami was wrong in some respects. Duffy was wrong in some respects. And Brandi was wrong in some respects. But when it comes to this particular situation, Tami is well within her right to say who she does and doesn't want around her. And if Malaysia is not going to respect that, then why hang out with them? You know what I mean? So it's just like, if that's your girl and she was in Palm Springs, y'all could go out shopping together. Y'all could go to lunch. Y'all could go to dinner. Y'all could do whatever y'all want to do. But if they don't want to be around her, respect their decision. I don't think that Malaysia necessarily did that. Still a fan, but on this one, I personally do think that Malaysia was wrong. That's just my opinion. Don't get mad at me. But, okay, so yeah, that happened. And I guess Malaysia doesn't see why they had an attitude. I do. I totally get where Tami was coming from. Tami is not absolved of her own, responsibility in this situation. She's a grown woman. She chose to do what she did. However, she still has the right to say who she wants in her space, and people should respect that. And that's the bottom line. So we move on, and it's Jackie. Now, remember I said, Doug is smart enough to know when not to come around, and when he doesn't come around is Jackie having an event. He hasn't been to a Jackie hosted event since like when they did all of those crazy wedding anniversaries or something like that. Like, he really does not show up as something that Jackie is planning. And can you blame him? You know that when Jackie calls the girls to get together, there is about to be some drama. Okay? Capital D. All right? Exclamation point. It's going down. She cannot help herself. I think that Jackie lives for the drama. That's why she fits on this show. Jackie is an original basketball wife. I think the only originals left are Jackie and Malaysia. Jackie has lasted the length of time she has on this show because she knows how to make something out of nothing. She can make a chaotic situation out of nothing. Now, granted, this is some crazy stuff going on with the sisters or whatever, but Jackie finds a way to put herself in the middle of things that have absolutely nothing to do with her. But before we even get to that, let's talk about the party itself. Okay, so they show Jackie getting ready for the party, and she's putting things together. What she has scorpions in a bowl, and I'm just like, what's next? Snakes? I mean, like, why do you need this venomous thing? I don't even know what to call it. Like, it just scares the crap out of me. Like, I don't want anything to do with a scorpion or anything else that could kill you with one sting. But, Jackie loves stuff like that. And then when Kiana, finally we get to see Kiana Green again. I mean, they introduced her and then you didn't see her for like 3 episodes. So finally we get to see Kiana again. I think I'm going to like her. She seems like a cool chick. But yeah, we see Kiana, and she's like, why? She's asking the same questions I'm asking. Like, why do you have scorpions? And then Jackie's talking about she wanted monkeys, but then they didn't agree to the monkeys because they were scared like the monkeys might choke somebody or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that could possibly happen. Everybody's heard, stories of monkeys doing crazy things, especially like chimps and stuff like you wanted monkeys? Like, really? Jackie is a special kind of individual, but she makes for great television, let me tell you. But I don't have to tell y'all. Y'all watch the show too, so y'all know. Well, anyway, so they are getting ready for the party. Then, everybody starts arriving. They have the whole red carpet, but it was actually like a black carpet. They have the paparazzi out there. That was kind of cute. Little step and repeat action or whatever. And while Tami arrives and all that stuff, and then the next thing I guess Jackie and Kiana go change clothes, and Kiana is leading Jackie around with a freaking dog leash basically, and I'm just like, really? Like, okay, this, y'all tell me if y'all understand where I'm coming from, but this kind of reminded me of, I don't know if y'all remember way back in the day, the MTV Awards. I think it was the MTV Video Awards. And Snoop Dogg came with 2 girls and had them with dog leashes. Like, I instantly thought of that the minute I saw Jackie on a black carpet, red carpet, whatever. I was just like, okay. So clearly in this situation, and Jackie actually admitted it, that Kiana is the dominant and Jackie is the submissive. So I don't know if it was for play or is she a little attracted to Kiana, because, you know, I think that Jackie has said before that she kind of goes both ways or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with that either. But it was just very odd to see her being led down this carpet on a dog leash. I was just like, girl, what? So then the party is supposed to, I guess, show respect or appreciation for nudity, and it's a love your body party, but it looked more to me and to, you know, other people who were at the party commenting, the other ladies, they were like, this looks more like an S&M party. Like, it kind of looked like she was ready to get her freak on at the party. They had the men with the whips, and the man was smacking Tami on the leg with the whip, and then she like, go smack Evelyn with it, because Evelyn was more dressed for the occasion, I guess. I thought it was funny because I like Tami and Evelyn together. You know, I think they have like a good dynamic. So I'm happy to see that they are, you know, on a cool level, whatever. And it was funny to kind of see that little back and forth between them. And she like, don't come over here. You know, Evelyn trying to get away from the man with the whip and all that. And I was like, okay, Jackie, now we know what you really into. We know why Doug hasn't gone anywhere in all this time, why y'all been together for so long. Okay, Jackie. She's showing the girls without having to even tell them why she's had such a happy marriage for so long, okay? She into that freaky stuff, okay? She was spanking. She probably got paddles all over her house, probably hanging like, you know, when people had the little pots and pans hanging from the ceiling, she probably got paddles, like whips and chains. And Jackie never ceases to amaze me, I have to say. She never ceases to. She cracks me up. But anyway, like I said, she's a little kooky, but she makes for great TV. She really does. So yeah, that happened. And when Tami saw Jackie being led around by Kiana with the leash or whatever, Tami was like, so because I just saw it as like she was just leading her. I don't like the whole leash idea because it's like walking a dog. And Tami goes, oh, so she's into that whole puppy play thing. And she said something about they like to eat out of puppy bowls and put stuff in their butt like and wag it like it's a tail. And somebody's the master and somebody's the puppy and all that stuff. And I'm like, ew. I mean, let me not say ew. I don't want to knock what other people do, because as long as you're not hurting anybody and you enjoy it, there's nothing wrong with it. But like, who's really sticking stuff up their butt and wagging it like it's a tail? Like, what? What are you? I didn't even know that was a thing until Tami said it. So, you know, it gave me pause. I had to rewind it to make sure I heard her correctly. Like, huh? You said what? People do what? I just was like, oh, okay then. So, yeah, all that's going down. Then Jackie is her same old shady self. And she invites Cristen to the party, but she has heard that Cristen called her, you know, made the little Golden Girls comment. So she's ignoring Cristen, walks right by her like Cristen doesn't exist. Now, you wanted Cristen at this party. If she didn't come to the party, you would have been mad. Like, why she didn't come to my party? Why is she trying to act like she too good for it? I was trying to be her friend and all this stuff. Because, you know, Jackie is quick. I always say this. It's always, you know, the reality shows, the cast of characters is always the funny one, the silly one, the goofy one, the mean one, the nice one. It's always that. And Jackie is kind of the villain role, but she also plays the victim. And I just felt like the way she ignored her, knowing full well that if Cristen hadn't showed up, Jackie would have been like, oh, so why she didn't come? That would have become a whole new argument between Jackie and Cristen because you didn't come. But then when you see her at your party, you ignore her, which, by the way, is being a terrible hostess, because you don't invite somebody to your party and then pretend like they don't exist. So it was just like, girl, really? Really? If she didn't come, you would have been mad. Now she is here. You gonna pretend like she's not here? It was just like, come on, Jackie. Now, that part stuck out to me because that goes back to Malaysia saying some of these girls act like kindergartners. Now, she wasn't actually talking about Jackie when she made that statement, but I think you could apply that to Jackie in that moment. Like, girl, what's up? Come on, you got a problem, say it. But she is gonna say it. She's just gonna wait till the opportune time when Kristen's sister Asia's walking up and all this stuff. And I'm just like, girl, you cannot keep doing that. Like, I don't know. Nobody has really got with Jackie, in the past couple seasons. But I don't know. I think Tami and Evelyn gonna have some problems with her coming up if y'all saw the clips for the next episode. So, yeah. But I just didn't like that. And then, Shaunie gets there. Shaunie hugs everybody but Malaysia. So now Malaysia is feeling some type of way because Malaysia showed up. Malaysia really didn't speak to anybody when she got there. And then when Shaunie got there, she comes in, hugs everybody, and then ignores Malaysia. So Malaysia was feeling like, oh, y'all ignoring me. But at the same time, they're feeling like, no, you ignoring us because you didn't come over and say hello. So I think that was almost like a miscommunication to the point where had Malaysia just walked in and been like, hey, what up, y'all? Or something like that. Or they would have walked up to her and be like, hey, girl, how you been? Or we mad at you. Let's have a powwow about it. Or as Jackie would say, a ponderosa. But, I just think that was kind of a miscommunication where Malaysia was feeling like they mad at her or they don't know if Malaysia mad at them. So nobody is being a bigger person in the situation and just breaking the ice and saying hello. So they all ignoring each other and thinking that the other one is the one with the problem. So Malaysia think that they got the problem and then they think that Malaysia got the problem. I'm like, oh my God, y'all all got a problem because y'all have no communication at all. So yeah, I was just like, girl, come on, stop. Like, and when I say girl, stop, I mean all of them. Like, y'all all grown-ass women. Can y'all just have, like, a conversation to be like, this is how I feel. Evelyn, you feel like she owe you an apology. Tell her why. Or, but then again, Evelyn did say something like, she had her friend crash my dinner, so she should be the one to approach me and apologize. And I'm not mad at Evelyn, because I like Evelyn, too. I try not to speak badly of all of the characters, even when sometimes they do stuff I don't like, because everybody has their own way of looking at things. I always say you can put 1 million people in the same situation, they're gonna have 1 million different responses. So how Evelyn sees it is, why would I approach you and say hi to you when you owe me the apology? So I kind of get where she's coming from. And I thought that Shaunie was over the whole Brandi thing, so I guess she just was upset because Tami didn't want Brandi around, and Tami was definitely well within her right. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it just seems like this whole situation is gonna turn into something bigger, and it tends to do that if you don't talk it out. And they definitely didn't talk it out. They didn't even say hello to one another. So we got to stay tuned for that to see what's going down. I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna play out, but I have a feeling that it's not gonna be pretty. Okay. Yeah. So after that happens and the girls kind of are not seeing eye to eye, talk about, some awkward situations. Here we go with now all of a sudden Jackie has time to have a conversation with Cristen. And I'm just like, Jackie, come on. Like, Jackie. It's so transparent. It's so obvious that you love the drama and you can't wait to get it started. So now randomly Jackie wants to go to Cristen and be like, oh, we need to have a conversation because I feel some kind of way about the fact that you called us the Golden Girls and you said our time is up and all these things. Well, then she's looking over at Evelyn and Tami like, oh, y'all not mad about that, this and that. And they're like, no, we already talked it out. So now Jackie's feeling some kind of way because she didn't know the issue was squashed. So I guess she was looking for some backup from Evelyn and Tami. And little did she know they were already over the situation because Cristen had already apologized about it. So she's still looking for things to talk about. So then she goes to bringing up the abortion / miscarriage scandal and whether or not Cristen actually had a miscarriage at 4 months pregnant, or was she 4 months pregnant and had an abortion? I don't even know. Like, but Cristen completely denies it, and she says she feels like her sister is a liar, and all these things. So she's upset. She doesn't even want to talk about it because she feels like it's a straight up lie. So Jackie calls over the Saniyyah chick, By the way, I have heard, through the grapevine. I'm not sure if it's true, but y'all remember last episode, Saniyyah was saying that she was in love with a basketball player and that he had a family and he had a certain amount of kids and all this stuff, and he was married, and then they slept together like 2 days before his wedding, blah, 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 and we couldn't figure out what NBA player it was. I heard, allegedly, don't know if it's true, but I heard that the player is Allen Iverson. I didn't even guess that one. But, so anyway, y'all do what y'all want with that information, but that's what I heard, that it was actually Allen Iverson, and she had made some tweets or something like that, and it led people to believe it was him. Well, anyway, she called Saniyyah over. Jackie called Saniyyah over, like, this is what Cristen supposedly said about us, right? And this is Cristen also, had the abortion miscarriage and all that stuff. And Saniyyah's like, yeah, that's what it was, and this, and that. And Cristen kept saying, like, I don't even know her. I've never had a conversation with her about my private life like that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm siding with Cristen on this. I don't know if she's lying or not, but what gives Saniyyah the right to say what she did or did not say? Because everything that Saniyyah is saying is hearsay. You didn't actually hear Cristen say any of this. You can't even lie and say you heard it because you got the information from her sister who did her dirty. And whether she's lying or not, that's some shady stuff to do to your sister. I have a sister. I would not do my sister like that. I'm just saying. But who is Saniyyah to say, yeah, she said this or she said that, when all your information is from a third party? All you can really say is, I heard that she said. You cannot say what the girl actually said because you're going off information that you got from somebody else. So who are you to stand there and either defend or affirm or proclaim, or you can't do any of that, boo, because you don't have the information. Now, I don't know who Saniyyah is, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, she's a terrible person or whatever. I don't know her like that. I'm just saying, who are you to say what she did or did not say if you heard the information from somebody else? Because everybody knows, if you tell one person something, they go back to tell the next person, the next person, next person. By the time the story get around to everybody, it's a totally different story because people can never keep the story straight anyway, or they start to embellish or exaggerate, whatever. So who are you to say, oh, yeah, she did say this, this, and that? You heard none of that for yourself. All of the information that you're giving came from her sister. And I wish that Cristen, instead of getting all in her feelings, I guess maybe she was feeling like attacked or ambushed. So she really wasn't, speaking her mind in a way that I think she should have. You don't have to be ghetto or hood or ratchet or anything, but don't let people just say this, and that. Stand up for yourself. Be like, girl, anything you saying I said, you didn't hear it. So who are you to tell anybody what came out of my mouth when you got it from somebody else's mouth besides mine? Like, stop. Let's stop pretending. If this was a court of law, that would not hold up. That is hearsay. Like, come on. I mean, this is definitely not a court of law because you cannot act like that. But you get what I'm saying. Like, this is totally third-party information, and you just piggybacking it. Honestly, I'm just being real. You just piggybacking what her sister told you she said, but you didn't hear it. And then the sister, let's get to that because now this is what I found. I don't think this was a coincidence. And this is when, you start looking at Jackie and start wondering how messy she really is. Okay. Now, remember I said the reason why I pointed out that Jackie ignored Cristen in the beginning is because it was just so convenient and so coincidental that while Jackie finally decides to even have a conversation with Cristen, all of a sudden her sister pops up. So what was you on texting her sister trying to see when she got there so you could bring up the conversation and her sister would be able to walk in at the right time? Like, to me, it's just such a coincidence that you ignore her the majority of the party. You pay her no attention, but she randomly, her sister randomly pops up when you decide to now acknowledge her presence. Like, girl, you totally planned that. You was probably texting her sister during the party to see. She's probably like, I'm like 5-10 minutes away. So now you decide to have a conversation so her sister can walk in and further ambush her when she already uncomfortable. Jackie, you talking about she people friend. Y'all, listen. If you consider Jackie a friend, you better have eyes in the back of your head, the front of your head, and everywhere else, because Jackie is the one who brought Cristen around. Jackie is the one who supposedly is Kristen's friend. And look, how many times I gotta say it with friends like these who needs enemies? You sat there and ignored that girl the whole party and then decided to talk to her once her sister was popping up. So now you can have you, Saniyyah, and Asia, all three of y'all gone. You know, basically trample her and be like, yeah, you did this, you did that, you said this, you said that. You don't, Jackie, I was just like, I promise you, I like Jackie's sense of humor. I think she's funny. I think, you know, she's good for the show. She makes good TV. But at the same time, the things that make her good TV are also the things that annoy people. Or should I say annoy myself? Because I was just like, did you really do that? Like, it's just, Asia just happens to show up out of the blue. How did she get here? Right when you decide to talk to her now. Come on. We all grown. You knew that girl was on the way, and now all of a sudden you're going to bring this up just so you can ambush her. And then Cristen, I'm looking at Cristen like, girl, now it started to look like, I'm not going to say that Cristen is lying about the abortion miscarriage thing, because I don't know any woman who would lie about something like that. But why not stand your ground? Soon as they get there, you like, okay, I feel claustrophobic. I don't want to sit, you know, in the corner. So Jackie switched seats with you. Now you standing. When it's time for you to have a conversation, you should have looked your sister dead in the eye in front of everybody. You could say it as calmly as possible. I did not have an abortion. I had a miscarriage. And you as my sister, how dare you betray my trust and go around lying on me? You don't have to scream to say that. You don't have to yell to say that. You don't have to throw any blows. You don't have to throw hands. You don't have to fight. You don't have to do nothing. You could calmly say, you are my sister. Who are you to lie on me? And then at one point, Cristen said, y'all defaming my character. That is the defamation of character, because, you know, if you would lie about having an abortion and make it seem like you had a miscarriage, yeah, people definitely gonna look at you differently and see your character and your integrity differently. So she was absolutely right to say, oh yeah, they're, you know, defaming my character or whatever, or slandering my name or however she said it. But regardless, she should not have bolted out the door. To me, when people bolt like that, sometimes it make you look more guilty than innocent. And I think that maybe she just didn't know how to handle it, and she was so upset. But when her sister got there, she couldn't even look her sister in the face, really. She didn't say anything to her sister at all. Now, if this is really my sister, and my sister is lying on me in this way, you better believe I'm going to say something. Instead, she just, boom, left. That, I'm not going to say she is guilty. I'm not going to say that it's true. But the fact that you didn't even utter one word like, girl, why would you lie on me like that? Why would you go around the city of LA defaming my character like that? Why would you have these women who I just got around? First of all, why are you telling them that I called them the Golden Girls? That's a private conversation that I had with my sister. That should be confidential, first of all. So that make Asia look dirty. I ain't gonna say dirty. It'll make her look shady anyway. Because if that's really your sister, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might have different mothers or different fathers, whatever. Even if y'all not close, she confided in you some sensitive information about how she was feeling about these ladies, whatever, that she was just coming around. Whether she was right or wrong for saying it, she said it to her sister. And that should have been between them two, and that should have been it. So the fact that you did that, I would look at Asia. If I was any chick in the basketball wives circle, I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. Because if you would dog your own sister, who else can you dog? You would dog anybody else. If you would do your family dirty, then who is a stranger? If you would do the people who are the closest to you dirty, and y'all had to be close at some point if she confided in you about an abortion or a miscarriage, whichever one it was, y'all had to be close at some point. So you took something, you took a bunch of private information and splattered it not only in a group of women, but across national television. Like, girl, Asia, you not just the chick that Dwayne Wade got pregnant and had Gabrielle Union's back. You also the chick who screw over her own sister. It don't look good for you, boo. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, so after that happens, then they all leave following Cristen out the door. Cristen seemed like she was already gone. Like, she bolted. She straight up bolted, which I have to be honest, you should have said something, especially when you had your sister right there. That was your time to call her out and let her be known she a liar. I'm sure this is going to come up at the reunion. I always be watching. I'm always watching the show like, what's going to come up at the reunion? This is definitely coming up. So, yeah, that happened. They all follow her out the door. Jackie's upset. Like, why y'all all leaving? Y'all didn't even get to see the cake. And then they bring out this cake of a new woman's body with a vagina, a butthole. and boobs, and I'm just like, Jackie, there's a difference between celebrating as nudity and being vulgar. And the way them women was looking at that cake, because it was blurred, so you couldn't really see everything that they could see, but clearly it was something going on, because last episode she was trying to get pubic hair on the cake and all that stuff, and I'm just like, that's vulgarity. Like, it's not even cute. It's not even sexy. It's nothing sexy or sensual about just like being just all over the place with it. It was just like unnecessary. I'm just so over talking about this situation. So they do that. Then Tami and Shaunie meet up at Tami's house, and her house is so pretty. Her pool was so pretty. I love when she was talking about she not getting in the water because she don't want her wig to float. And I'm like, girl, I feel you. So yeah, that happened, and they start talking about Shaunie's dad, who is sick, and hopefully everything works out with her father. You know, best wishes with that situation. They also talk about Malaysia and how, once again, it just seemed like a miscommunication. Malaysia feels like they ignore her. They feel like she ignored them, and they basically seem like they're not really pressed over the Malaysia situation. So who knows what's gonna happen. Then Evelyn and Bonnie meet up. They go shopping for some doggy stuff, whatever. And Evelyn's like, yeah, she wants a muzzle for Jackie. She's asking the man in the store, like, you got a muzzle? And I'm just like, Evelyn, if you feel all these things about Jackie, why haven't you told her yet? You asking for a muzzle, so why haven't you spoke on it? So maybe, you know, but Evelyn is good about saying how she feels, so maybe she's going to tell her in the next episode, because it looked like in the clips there's some, you know, conversations happening about how everybody's feeling about Jackie and Malaysia. I like Malaysia, but and she looked like she having some issues, and rightfully so, because she doing some things that they don't necessarily agree with, so they well within their right to speak their mind or whatever. But yeah, Evelyn's not feeling Jackie. She want a muzzle for Jackie. They talk, and finally, you know, Bonnie tells Evelyn about how at that dinner, after everybody left, how drunk Saniyyah got, and how she was just like kind of rude and belligerent, and Jackie was like, I don't want to be around her anymore and all this stuff. But now Jackie loves her so much because Jackie has Cristen was there, yeah, at this doggy place, and now all of a sudden Jackie loves Saniyyah so much because Saniyyah can give her the dirt. And basically, you know, Evelyn's like, she just looking for new friends because she thought she was running everything in LA, and now that me, Tami, and Shaunie out here doing it, she has a problem with it. And I think that that's right. I think that Jackie is very territorial, but she's also, in my opinion, sometimes a little jealous nature. You know, she's had a couple situations, to me, in my opinion, where she's looked kind of jealous, or she's even looked mean-spirited. The way she's treating Cristen right now, I think is mean-spirited. That's just my opinion. So, you know, they talked about that or whatever, and I think that Cristen is just upset, and she just doesn't see Jackie as a friend anymore, but who would? But you should be more mad at your sister than you are at Jackie, for the record, because it's not, you and Jackie couldn't have been besties. I don't think that they were. I think that, you know, Jackie brought you on the show, but Asia is your actual sister. Y'all share bloodline. Like, that's who you should really be mad at, in my opinion. That's just me. And they talked about how Jackie always calling something a ponderosa. They so sick of the word ponderosa. And I think that Jackie think it's cute to keep mispronouncing words, but when you annoying everybody, it's not really cute. After that, we see Jackie, and she's with Jill in Malaysia, and they're painting, and Jill and Malaysia, I don't think are going to vibe, because Malaysia is feeling like Jill is kind of, I think she called her a minion, and she feels like, you know, Jill doesn't even know the half of everything that's happened between all the ladies, because she hasn't been around for everything, but she has such an opinion about everything. And so Malaysia feels like, you know, they've probably been in her ear telling her certain things, but we've already seen that Jill can be a little tiny bit messy, because in the beginning of the season, she took back some information, I think, to Jackie that Evelyn had said, or something that Tami had said. So she had called some stuff, and earlier in the season, you know, some things kind of popped off because of her mouth before. So I don't know if Jill is kind of going to be the chick who's like the bone carrier, because Jackie is already a bone carrier, so now we don't really need two. But I'm waiting to pass judgment on whether or not I like Jill. I haven't seen her enough yet to know whether or not I really like her, but in her interaction with Malaysia, and she was like, oh, it's supposed to be a coincidence, this and that. Granted, Malaysia was wrong for the situation, but what, I mean, you just entering the group. Jill, like, fall back a little bit. Just 50 feet. Fall back. Like, she's doing a little too much, in my opinion. But I want to like Jill. Hopefully, you know, I get to see her in another capacity where it's not about her, you know, spreading drama, gossip, whatever. But we'll see. And they were doing this whole logo because and something. Jackie's doing a wine. She's now having wine, so I guess her cognac has been successful because now she's doing some wine. So go ahead, girl, get your money. And they were supposed to be paying and stuff for that, but that didn't really go well because Malaysia was getting sick of Jill, and when Jill left, Malaysia followed Jackie out to the car like, what's this girl's problem? She must be getting information from somebody. Like, at what point is this situation going to be where she's not jumping in conversations that have nothing to do with her? And I kind of get what she's saying. Like, Jill, you kind of just coming around. It will almost be like Kiana or Saniyyah. Well, Saniyyah has gotten in the middle of stuff that's none of her business, but it would be like Kiana doing it. And I like Kiana, but you haven't been in this group long enough to even, you know what I'm saying? Like, have a conversation with Malaysia, but don't sit there and she seemed like she was throwing a little bit of shade. And I don't know if Jill want that problem. As a matter of fact, I know she don't want that problem because Malaysia made it known. She's straight out of Compton, okay? Jill don't want that beef, because if Jill was really about that life last episode or whenever that was, that Saniyyah told her to shut up, she would have stood up for herself. Actually, it was Malaysia who stood up for you. It was Malaysia who told Saniyyah, don't talk to her like that or something like that. So if you feeling bossy enough to get in the middle of stuff that's none of your business, how about you be bossy enough to stand up for yourself when somebody tells you to shut up? Just saying. So I don't dislike Jill, but you worried about the wrong stuff. How about you worry about discussing the people who disrespecting you personally versus getting in the middle of some drama that has absolutely nothing to do with you? Just my take on it. But hey, we'll see what happens. So I am very excited to see the next episode. Hopefully they don't make, you know, skip a week and then we gotta wait a week. This would have been the perfect episode to have a 2-hour episode like they did a little while back, where they show one episode on Sunday and one episode on Monday. This would have been the perfect time to do it. They never do it when the show is like bomb. Like, you really want to know what's about to happen in the next episode. Now you should do the 2-hour episode. You don't, but whatever. So anyway, let me know in the comment section what you thought. It's your girl Shay. Hope you enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed talking to you guys. And I will check with you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming to Writer's Vlogs.
In the description box, you'll find
links to our social media,
blog,
and anything else you need to know.
Be sure to rate,
comment,
and subscribe to our channel. Mwah!